It was very interesting to me as I've gone through this process, because I have been one for years that felt the municipality should divest itself of ML&P. I make no bones about the fact that I'd love to sell it. With that said, though, our jobs as stewards of the taxpayers' resources, their assets, is to manage that to the best ability, and if we are going to divest it, get the best return on your investment that we possibly can get. I had the unique experience of being in every single one of these executive sessions. Many of you who know me know I'm a finance person, and I'm very cheap when it comes to your money. I want to spend it the best I possibly can, and if I can get the best bang for it, I do. I'm not afraid of a private utility or a private entity, not the government, controlling the electric grid. Why? Because I see the experience that I have as a member of MEA, and I think they do a fabulous job. In my opinion, this is a good deal. From all the information that I have, provided it all pans out, based on multiple factors of everything that I've seen, I think this is the best deal that's been presented to me. But I want to talk for 1 second about politics. And I know sometimes people say, oh, you're not supposed to do that. But good ideas can come from anywhere. Even former Mayor Mark Begich, even Mayor Berkowitz, even the members of the Enterprise Committee of which I sit, and Tim Steele's the chair. And we've been trying to push this idea of looking at this for over a year, Tim? Over a year. And I'm hearing some of my conservative friends say, well, it's coming from a Democrat. It can't be good. There's got to be something in there. And I got to tell you, it bothers me that just because the idea is coming from somebody maybe that you don't align with 100%, that you automatically think it's a bad idea. This really should go to the voters with a 60% threshold, in my view, because that's what the charter says. If you're going to divest yourself of municipal assets like the utilities, it takes a 60% vote. In this amendment, in this proposal, there's squirrely language. That's what I call it. What it does is it changes the charter so they bypass the 60% threshold and they go down to 50% plus 1. So it just takes a simple majority to sell it. Is that enough for me not to vote for this billion-dollar deal? And I go back to what is my charge as a representative of Chugach Eagle River residents. My charge is to be a good steward of your money. And it brings me back to Mr. Weddleton's point about ATU. We have lived through this experience before about selling a municipal utility where we could have gotten a significant amount of money for it. And because of politics, we ended up taking a whole lot less. I'm hoping we've learned our lessons from the past. And again, I go back to, for me, is that 60% threshold that I have been very consistent about, not using squirrely language to get around the charter, is that enough to potentially cost the residents of this community that own this asset potentially hundreds of millions of dollars? And I'm not sure it is. So I will be supporting putting this on the ballot. I think, in my view, as somebody who I consider myself an expert when it comes to finances, I believe this is a good, reasonable option to present to voters and let voters decide.